Yugen, look at them go! They don't ban any of the powerful characters.
Give us Elsu, give us the Quillen, give us the Richter.
Lindis ban hovered. That means
that's fine with me.
Should they let this through, they're either going to get Richter or Elsu. Should be an Elsu ban from Minority. It is. First pick Richter from Yugen. Not bad at all.
I would love to see the Richter here, definitely.
And they didn't get any target bans over on the Minority side. Absolutely none. Yugen have won this early banning phase.
Richter, immediate to be the lock-in. Not going to be anything too much out of the realm of possibility, but now Minority has the opportunity themselves to set the stage for potential success. Talanis is hovered with 10 seconds left remaining in the draft. Might as well pick up what they know works despite the final conclusion of yesterday's match. Superman Talanis locked in.
The Annette hovered in response. I'd like to see a lot of engage from Yugen. I'd like to see the dive that can threaten the backlines. And they considered a correct language would fall into that category and then flip over to a Rourke.
Rourke is very interesting because... Oh, never mind. Okay.
Oh, there we go again.
You're getting your Quillen.
Quillen right back on the board. Annette as well. And Minority has to find a winning formula against it. Aram, they believe to be the table. And with less than 10 seconds remaining, they get one more choice.
Hey, they respect the Quillen now.
They do indeed. Aram comes out. It's an opportunity. And what's the last pick going to be? It's a... Oh, right on the edge of the wire. Going to be Violet as their...
Double marksman comp. Have you seen this before? This exact double marksman comp. Maybe God goes on the Violet. And then we have 80's hero on the Telenos. It's been devastating in the past, but in that game, they had the chaos in the front. They had the team ETJ. Now they're having to rely on Aram to save them, and I don't know if it's going to be as effective.
But look what they got. They got a Raz for the frontline disruption. Sure, it's not a flash, but it might be better because they can stay around for longer. They got the Annette. Again, frontline disruption potential, pulling people together. Sure, it's not a Grak, but it will sure allow setups to come through so that you can see the follow-through from that Quillen. This is a very lightweight draft from both sides, but Yugen definitely didn't end up with the worst side of it.
No,
yeah, exactly. I am thinking the exact same thing. I'm very worried for Minority. Very worried for Minority.
But let's talk about what Minority did right. They pull out this Aram, and I really like the Aram as potential counter to Quillen, because should the Quillen dive, you land the snare, the Quillen can't do anything.
You can't protect both marksmen, though. That's the thing.
Yes.
The reason why Minority's kind of Air Fortress, our stupid name for it, worked is because you have so much disruption on the front lines to protect your back line, and also because you had a teammate to keep them alive if someone dives them. The Arm is not going to be able to do that. She doesn't have quite the speed as a teammate. She doesn't have the ability to deal and protect those two marksmen. I don't think this is going to work as well.
The only other issue that I see as well is Yugen came out with a very strong early game in game number one. We also know with a double marksman composition, if they fall behind, considering with the Tulin as well, bad things are in store for Minority if they're not careful.
But should the Tulin get powerful,
exactly,
I think the tables are flipped, because that Tulin will absolutely murder anyone who starts to stray near him if the Tulin gets out ahead. It's very hard to deal with the Tulin as a lightweight character, because one good Tulin combo can delete you.
I have a prediction. This is a very obvious prediction, but whoever gets ahead will snowball the game very hard.
Well, there's a chip on the shoulder for Minority because they rightfully got smashed in game number one, our final game of the day in the North American region, as well as day one of week number 3 starts now.
Yugen Dynasty, their chance to prove that they stand strong. Their chance to prove their dynasty will last more than one generation.
Hopefully.
They've got to show up here, prove that that was not a blip in the radar, and it is their new consistent face. And already, things going a little bit better, although Hitman spanks January in the top lane.
Right, we talked about that as the matchup going into this, and if he's able to continuously win that against January, that is a massive tool on their side.
Successful invade does come through, though. That'll be a red buff stolen away by Minority. Sly and Dual Spirals do drift nearby to try and punish this invade, but Minority start with an early game lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Not having those buffs on the side of money, not reaching that critical level 4 is going to be so huge for them. I think that buff by itself will secure them the first Abyssal Dragon as well.
You might be asking, but the gold's right now in favor of Yugen. How do you know that it's an early game lead to Minority? Because of how much standing gold there is. The minions are still up. Minority will clean them up, and when they do, they have the gold lead. Oh, Monday.
Oh, he's thirsty.
He'll go in. Sage
That's a
Golem
stun.
low.
That's a stun.
Doesn't go to him, and 80's hero chips away. Monday needs to flee now. There's the uncaged. Nani's got an opening kill. Yugen Dynasty are trying to flee, but they're surrounded by minority members. J5 will get another.
Oh, no.
Sly caught out. Nani's got a double kill. Hitman
Hitman.
does strike back though. Now he dives the backline. Can they keep him on baby gods? No, they cannot. And Hitman stays strong. January Dover splitting him up from the team, and he's got his third.
Oh my goodness! Hitman single-handedly salvaging that fight. I was about to say the idea was great, the execution wasn't there, but Hitman says, you want execution? How about 3?
You have a contract killer in your jungle. Why on earth do you keep taking 1v1s versus him? Minority outnumbered him 4-1, and they took 3 1v1s and lost all of them.
Oh my goodness. And at the end of it all, we are tied in gold. How about that, TJ? Oh,
Minority. My goodness.
You can say that again. Wow. All right.
Legitimately a little bit out of breath.
Yeah, exactly. That was absolutely ridiculous. But if Minority is going to allow that to happen, allow them to get buoyed around by Hitman and potentially Monday going forward, they're going to be in trouble.
Junie will get tanked down though, and the other flip side of that is that Yugen were looking great, but Hitman goes in. There's the mark of the Hunter already deployed, but he's snared up. J5 says no.
Yeah, please no, no more. Nani, that shutdown is so important going forward.
But Hitman losing that fight slowly up top means that the Abyssal does go over, and that will benefit every member of the team, yes, including Hitman.
They did get the blue buff as well, so that's a big pickup there. Because every time they take that away, that is another large amount of gold and experience taken away from Minority.
Monday is currently winning the farm game against Maybe Gods.
And that's very important going forward because of this.
J5 barely survives. Now January will commit. He's chasing Sly under. The flicker does come out, but Maybe Gods finds the kill. Now Monday in trouble as well as Nani races forward, trying to find the snare. Junie will fall instead of him. That's acceptable, but unfortunate.
Both teams trying so hard to get to these advantages that these fights are starting to get a little bit sloppy here, TJ. Both sides need to make sure that they have good fights before they engage.
Hitman against January again. Bot lane's also a duel. You can see a lot of damage on dual spirals as he does finally fall to the pressure coming out from Maybe Gods and the rest of Minority.
And that's between towers as well. That just shows the aggression coming out and Maybe Gods going through the tower to get out there.
Sly shows up and he's like, oh, maybe not.
I don't think so, Monday. I do not think so, Monday.
He doesn't think so either. After careful consideration, Sly does pull Nani out. J5 comes through with the execution. A Thunderbird is ready for launch, and that's hurtful.
We've seen this in the past, TJ, in the LATAM region when Nova was struggling so long before that epic comeback. It was No Mercy having so much trouble on the pull-in.
Dual spirals there. Judy gets the kill. Owen cuffs. Answers back.
Judy says, you guys are having trouble with kills. Let me just take it from here.
Top lane, January and Hitman have been dueling. Hitman will now go through, diving in with the retaliate. He's got big damage on January, winning the duels. The mark of the Hunter comes through, and he knows January has no more mobility. January just has to dive, and Hitman will chase. Not quite feeling confident enough to full dive.
January has to get out of there, though. I don't know if he can go in for this as the wave is picked up.
He'll try and recall in the bush. Nani knows his position, but Monday goes through. He'll find a trade.
That's okay, though, because they have members on the other side, and January actually eventually goes down.
The split push will land in the bottom lane. 80's hero on the Telenas already starting strong.
Monday needs to continue to farm up, though. I talked about this for a moment there. It happened in LATAM. It needs to happen here. The farm needs to come. He needs to get that Clavis Sancti in order to do anything on this map.
We've already had 16 kills.
Yeah, and they need to slow down here if you are Yugen Dynasty. You need to just farm up.
I feel like I am watching LATAM. This is so bloody.
Absolutely is.
Oh, Sly Thunderbird will come through. He gets to safety. The Tulin unable to ult him down this time.
I think that Yugen Dynasty need to give up this Abyssal Dragon. I don't think they should contest this.
Top lane, Hitman has consistently won against January. Now he's at a level deficit. Surely that means he won't go through. Monday, are you kidding me? He'll go in, just focus Maybe Gods. He can't find this kill. Not when Nani's got the snare, but J5 has been isolated. Judy trying his best as well. That's too much. Yugen, you're going too aggro.
Yeah, very much
Sly,
so.
what are you doing?
Maybe it's just enough
Stop!
aggro.
I can't take it! Thunderbird will grab dual spirals. Sly tries 1v2. Now he's got Hitman. Don't do this again. He'll clean up one. Looks for the second. Backs off.
Hitman is here. He'll take care of your messes for you. It is no charge, CJ. He'll just come in there and take care of them. Oh my goodness, though. I have to say, Monday would have gotten that kill if he had Clavis Sancti. Please just pick up the Clavis Sancti.
I'm so alarmed.
I know how you feel, and I feel the same way.
Hitman will go through
Clear
during
your
January
way,
again.
Hitman, please, just clear your way.
This is bloodthirsty.
It's just too much. Somehow they're still in it though. Only 1.5k gold behind.
Yeah, the gold's like staying even despite it all, which is the weirdest part.
I just need Clavis Sancti. Please just pick up Clavis. He's going into Soul Reaver. I just want to go Clavis Sancti.
Hitman in trouble, 1v2, or his opponent's in trouble. The latter the case. Now he chooses to disengage. Jungle Strike is active, and he dodged January's dive. Maybe Gods go through, but he cannot find the kill.
Oh my goodness. Hitman's doing so much, but can Yugen Dynasty get anything off the back of that? They have a 4v3 on the rest of the map. They're not getting anything done though. Where's the aggression then?
Crying in a corner.
You used me wrong. You used me so wrong. Says the aggression. I guess aggression is.
Yeah, don't personify aggression. It's actually jump. It's his job.
Okay.
Nani in trouble. Will get burned down to half HP. Junie will go through. Nani down quite low.
Which means
Monday joins the fight.
Yeah, that's really big. Every time they get Nani low, that means that Monday can just go in there, because even if they snare him, it doesn't matter because Nani will die as well.
Are they going Dark Slayer? Pinch me, Daniel! They're going for an 8-minute Dark Slayer. It will go over. Minority suddenly realized there's something terribly wrong, and Monday's threatening the top lane. January in a lot of trouble. There's the Drake summon right on top of the tower. Hitman will go underneath it before the Drake even arrives. That tower's gone.
They want to get those kills. They need to kill a tower to get the kills. And by the way, that is the strength of Aquila composition. They can take out the Dark Slayer so easily.
But like, they're losing bot lane.
They're losing dual spiral at the bot to the 80s hero. Judy's gonna take care of it, I suppose.
He can't, not alone.
The team without the Drake is losing?
Yeah, no, the recalls come through now. The entire team suddenly realizes they've got a massive problem in the bot lane. Sly's melted, Junie's low, the high ground's fallen.
Monday, come back.
Minority's pushing through. Monday finally gets the recall started.
This is deja vu all over again, TJ.
Monday diving the 1v2, scares 80s back, but maybe Gods turns the tables.
You could have potentially gotten some kills there, especially on J5, who was in a very vulnerable position, but I gotta say, we're having flashbacks to Tony Wright killing the core here, and Yugen Dynasty cannot let that happen.
I don't know what I'm having flashbacks to. It's the weirdest feeling.
To Nam.
This is strange.
I don't understand what's. They have the Dark Slayer buff. I don't know. They're just, and their towers are going down. This is reversal land. This is upside down country. What is happening?
I can tell you're upset because of how badly your words are coming out.
The words do not make sense. I'm not even trying to make sense of them.
Okay. So it's a reset. After all that silliness, Yugen did get a tower, but they lost the high ground.
They lost all their towers. This is the problem. They lost their tier 3 mid. They lost all of their bot towers.
Monday has to flee, but can we, as a strength, can we say that all that shenanigans is farming Monday, and it's bringing them back to the game they were slowly losing to a game that honestly is so chaotic they may be able to steal it?
I think they might be able to, especially if they can damage Nani and force her to not be able to use snare.
They're not going for this enraged abyssal. Instead, they threaten mid during the time.
They went for a bush party, which didn't work because no one came.
Now they've all come, and Minority are far too buffed to really fight.
This is when I want Monday to go for these kills, when he has the Rank Breaker, the Clavis Sancti, and the Soul Reaver. This is when I want him to start killing people. Instead, he's going off to split push.
I mean, at this point, you can't really blame them. There's not a whole lot that they should feel comfortable fighting. Yugen should be playing disengage.
Right, I just want them to go and have that split push, or have spread out, have that macro, and then when someone gets caught out, they can go in with either Hitman or Monday and start getting those kills.
Hitman, there are 4 people coming for you. Stop pushing. 80's hero, though, on the other side of the map. Monday, who does get the kill? That's what you're asking for. Now Hitman, 1v4. Oh, the dive and the flicker. He almost gets sent because Baby Gods had to tackle fire in the other direction, but January's here. That's a lot of damage. The dodge does not work this time. January able to snag him. Yugen Dynasty, though, have done quite a lot with this time. Not just finding kill down bottom, but pressing for a little bit of mid-lane tower pressure.
If they can pull Minority around enough.
Monday, stop.
He's doing so much damage now. That's what happens when you build this much into his side.
And there's the Ring of the Fiend. They'll catch up. January, you're not going to escape. That's just not going to happen.
Reset.
And the dive onto J5. There's his shield gun. There's Slide for the kill. Maybe got the rise though. It's a bloodbath. He's got 2. Journey with the Hurricane Wall. Instantly snared. He too should fall. The Windcast stole things up, but he will be finished off. And Maybe Gods arrives and slaughters the aggressive side.
That is not how I expected that to end. Maybe Gods got the tactical fire damage through the invisibility. It went through Sly and onto Monday to get the kill onto it. That was about as unfortunate as you could get if you are Monday.
Hitman needs to step up. He'll go for wave clear and get it. 1 jungle strike, team safe.
Hitman is doing so much to keep his team in the game. We have to see Monday continue to go for these kills though, so they can start to take out that back line.
Another tower to fall. The mid lane high ground will be safe though. Full respawns through.
Death Sickle's going to loom so large. You saw how difficult it was to take out 80's hero, even though it was 2 heroes under a tower. Now, when they go for that, if he has to stay for even a half second longer, speaking of Monday, it could mean his death.
Mid lane pressure does come out. Yugen Dynasty are definitely behind at this point, but we're starting to get to the point in the game where it doesn't matter as much because they're keeping the level lead close.
Right.
The cold leads.
Well, I want to look at, okay, we have Quillen, a lot of damage. We have Joker. Look at his damage. He has Murmoth, he has Rankbreaker, he has Fenrir's too. He's doing so much damage. So if anyone gets near him, they're going to get blown up.
Minority are huddling together for warmth in the mid lane. J5 pulling out an Arctic Orb.
Hitman from the back.
He's gone! Junie through, nice Hurricane Wall, will sort things up. Nani tries to return and they do get Junie. Monday is dropped low, 80's hero will be down and trade. Hitman with the dive, it works out and he's got more dual spirals. Will not be able to get much because of J5's Arctic Orb endure. J5 will actually scare Hitman back as well while January dies for a double kill. It's only Hitman, he's the only Yugen Dynasty member left.
The mechanics of Minority is what allowed them to win that fight there. The Endure, like you mentioned, they had the Desticle. The Desticle by itself allowed for Monday to go down.
Hey, this is crazy, Daniel. It does not matter. They're not going to get anything from it.
Yeah, that you could say that, but they could have gotten wiped. They could have gotten wiped if the Desticle didn't allow for 80's hero to kill Monday. If J5 doesn't pop the Endure on the Arctic Orb there against Dual Spiral, so many things could have gone wrong for them.
But Minority have invested all that, and they don't even get a Dark Slayer for free. This will be contested.
It very much will be, and Judy wants a piece of it.
January nearby as Hitman contests. Monday is in the jungle. Dark Slayer will reset. Yeah, same, bud.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe Gods does have a Blade of Eternity. That'll be a strong asset to their side, considering what we've seen over the last few minutes.
Right, he did have the, I think the Desticle as well earlier. So that was a big boon to him and 80's here, obviously.
Junie continuing to lead the team with Sly and Hitman looking for flanks. Monday going for a Spirit Sentinel? Doesn't quite get it.
He does get
it. Oh,
it,
he does. Nice.
He's in trouble, or at least for a moment there. One thing that's going to loom large are the Ring of the Fiends on both sides. The vision and the speed that it gives them. Oh, those wind cuffs, TJ.
Yeah, but Yugen Dynasty can't take a fight off them because they need wave clear. Which peak soon.
That's
Dual
the Rail's
Spirals
blessing.
chunks J5, but they've seen 2 members clearing wave. That means they think they have an opportunity over a Minority to cope with this Dark Slayer. I'm not sure they're right, though. Dark Slayer, very, very low. No interrupt will come through, but J5 did get a kill during the meantime. They've lost Sly. Hitman will go in. He's snared up. Nicely done. It's just Monday going for tower clear in the meantime. Hitman off the back of the respawn does get damage in. Nothing more.
He needs to go back. He needs to go back. 80 will win the game by himself if they're not back in time, and Junie cannot defend this.
Junie does have decent wave clear, but it needs to be perfect. January bullies him off in the tower, which means he can't get it done. Monday has arrived. He needs to go massive. 80's Hero's the focus. 80's Hero will get saved by the Death Sickle, but it doesn't last forever, and they do have a kill. The Armenians working away on the core, but only one of them.
If only Monday had done that earlier, this would have been so much different, TJ.
On the other hand, high ground's exposed for Yugen in mid. They still have one of their own. As long as that's the case, they have a chance back into this game. Monday, though, you cannot take this fight. Not with the ring of the feed. He's snared out. That's a massive kill over.
That is terrible for them. They need to have Monday up in order to get these kills. TJ, they need to be coordinated. They need to have Monday and Hitman go in because one of them needs to stay alive. You can't have two snare cooldowns up for both of them.
Minority have had quite enough of this. They have the Drake. They'll go for the Enraged Abyssal. They'll go for a clean game end. There are only 4 players up, which means Yugen can't hope to contest.
I've never seen the Drake just spawn just for the kill on the Abyssal, but I suppose anything's possible.
Sly in trouble. January comes through. Now there's the Thunderbird. Sly barely survives. January's there for the cleanup. 3 members of Yugen to defend, and January's got more. That's another kill to his name. Junie needs to spend the Hurricane Wall just to get out, and J5 will be there on the chase. The Ion Blast chunk of low. Thunderbird for the finish.
January and J5 finally show up for this fight, and that might be it.
Monday will try. The Arctic Orb from J5 keeps him. Oh, Bo! He outplays him! Monday's back, but he's the only defender. There's wave against core, and Minority strike back, taking game number 2.
Oh my goodness. Minority finally managed to take it, and I think they've taken my life as well, TJ, because I don't know what to do myself after this.
They had a chip on their shoulder at the beginning, or at the end of game number 1, coming into game number 2. It took him just over 17 minutes, but Minority does walk away with the